Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. My name's Todd, and today's activity is going to be replacing this deadbolt lock on the door behind me. This door leads upstairs to the little apartment area. It's kind of like an in-law suite we have above the garage. I'm standing in the garage now, and there's a door here that goes through the garage up the stairs to this in-law suite or apartment. And then there's an exterior door also that comes into this area. So we're thinking about Airbnb-ing, if that's a word, Airbnb-ing the upstairs apartment. And we want to have this door lockable so that any guests would not come into the garage. They would go in that outside door and then just go up the stairs. So this door has a deadbolt on it now, but the deadbolt has the key on this side and the actual twist on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip that over so that when somebody comes in from the other side, they're going to have just be presented with a key and they won't be able to get into the garage. Also, I'm going to put a keypad on the exterior door so that anyone coming can just punch in a key code and get into that door to access the apartment. So that's going to be our activity for today. So come along with us. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm in the garage now, and this door goes through to a stairwell that goes up into the apartment there. And then you see we have this other door that goes out to the outside. So what we're going to do, as I said, is I'm going to put a keypad. I'm going to take this deadbolt off here and put a keypad here for access. And then I'm going to flip this deadbolt around. You see it's got the twisty knob there. And I'm going to flip that so that when guests come in here, they can't unlock this door and go into the garage. So I'm going to start by taking this face off, and we'll just switch this face with this key entry face, and that's really all we need to do. So this should be a pretty simple job. Okay, so I have those two screws out. Okay, and then this face piece just comes out with the key lock. And then I'm just going to pull this other piece off. It's kind of stuck to the door just because of the paint, I think. Let's see if I can get my finger in there to get it out. There we go. I was able just to push on it with my finger and pull it out. So I don't have to do anything to the interior mechanism of the lock here. It can all stay just as it is. I just am going to switch this and put it on the outside here, which will be the garage side. And then I'm going to put the key side in this side. So I just need to put that little extender in there. And then I slide this through. You just line up the keyhole with this little piece here. I'm going to go one way. There we go. And then I take the other piece that has the other piece that has the turning part, and you put it back on here. Easy as that. Okay, and then I need to just put my two screws back in. Now, when anyone comes in, I have the extension cord running through the door there, that's why it won't close. But now when anyone comes in, they'll be presented with a key lock. Unless they have a key, they can't get into the garage. That way we can deadbolt it and keep them out of the garage. Now I'm going to do the other lock and we'll put on the keypad there. So what I have here is a Schlage, however you say that, security keypad. So that's what I'm going to install on this door so that anyone coming in can then just punch in their key code and go right in. Let's open this up, see what we got in the box. Okay. All right. So it looks like we do have this out. We have the actual lock itself. Now this will go on the door here. And then we have the batteries, mounting hardware. And we have the actual lock mechanism itself. So I took the other one out and they look close, but they're a little different here, so I'm going to use the one that came with the unit. Put this stuff back in the box here so it doesn't blow all over the yard. And the first thing I'm going to do is put this this into the door. It says latch warning, latch must be in retracted position during installation. Okay, so it is. So let's get this in the door. Probably some hardware in here to do that with. There's my knife, I was looking for it. Here I have a battery. Really? Man, they put some tape on here. Okay, got a couple of plates here. Here's some mounting screws, and this is what I need here. It comes with these long screws that can go into your door jamb if you want for extra security. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use these smaller mounting screws because we don't think anybody's going to be kicking the door in, we hope. I'm going to start by putting this in the deadbolt part. It has orientation here. This says top, so you want to make sure it goes in like this, not the other way around. It should just slide in And it does. We'll peel this off. Again, this says make sure the latch is in the closed position during installation. So it is. And we'll just take our 2 screws here. And mount those in. Okay, so we've got the deadbolt part in. Got a little bit of sticky on there from that sticker. Now we'll put the front plate and the back plate on. And what we'll do is we'll put the we'll set this to the side. It's just a kind of a decorative cover piece that goes on last. But then these pieces go together. You have to just fish this wire out so they'll come apart. There we go. Fish that wire out of there. Okay, so now we got the 2 pieces. Obviously the keypad goes on the outside of the door, so we can slide it through. And then we just need to slide the wires through with it. So I'll stick the wire through first. Well, easier said than done. Okay. All right, the wire is in there. And then we'll slide this through. There we go. All right, and then we'll take that back plate here, and we'll just slide it on back on. We fish this wire back through the hole here that we brought it out of before. Okay. And then we just slide that together. Okay. Now there's 2 screws that need to go in here to hold this together. Okay, so I have those, and they just go through right here. Now I'm not going to tighten that really tight yet because it has some little ears on here that you can align this to get it nice and vertical. I want to make sure it's straight. Okay, that looks good. Now when I tighten it up, it'll dig those little ears into the door there so they won't turn either way. Alright, so that's in. Now we need to reconnect these 2 wires where we took it apart, and these will only go together one way. There we go, so they're reconnected, and then we have the battery that goes in here too. So I'll get the battery. Maybe, man, they wrapped this stuff up. There we go. And we just pop the battery in, small side to the small, big to the big. All right. And then that battery just sits in this little slot here. And then this wire just tucks back in here. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And then we put the cover plate on. But before I do that, I want to check it, see what the code is, factory code, and just make sure it's working. It does come with a key. Okay, we'll have to see how that works. So let's see what the code is for this. It's usually right here on the front. So you have a program code and a user code. So you have user code A, user code B. So it says user code A is 1604. So let's see. There you go. So that works. And then after a while it times out. The second user code is 7190. Okay, and it also works until it times out. You have a couple of seconds and then it times out and you can't operate it anymore. So let's do 7190. There you go. Okay, so it's working. Now all we need to do is put that last plate. We just need to put this little decorative plate on. So we take that and we just line up the tab here with the tab on the door. I hope if I did it the right way. There we go. And then you can manually lock it or unlock it with that. Screw here. Now before I get too far, I want to just make sure it will go into the existing hole on the door. I don't think this is any bigger, but let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of work there because it looks like it may be just a tad lower, but we can make that work. So let's tighten this up. All right, there we go. Now what we need to do is understand what's hitting over here. This bolt, let me pull this back off. I don't want to leave this in there. This bolt may be larger than the one that came out of the other door, so that may be why it's not going in there, but we'll take a look. Okay, so you can see it's hitting the bottom of that catch that's on this part of the door. So the kit came with two strike plates, and you can see that that one's quite a bit bigger. Both of these are quite a bit bigger. So what I'll do is I'll get a pencil and I'll draw around, trace around this one, and then chisel out here and insert this bigger strike plate. I want to start by taking this one out. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to take this plate and put back over. Let me see where the original one was. It was there. As you can see, this one's a bit bigger. So I'm going to line it up here. And I'm just going to draw around it. There we go. Now I need to take out that material there so that this new plate will sit down in there. I'm going to start with just taking a little razor blade and cutting here. Okay. A little bit here. A little bit there. Okay, now I'm going to take my chisel and I'm just going to clean this out. That should just snap out of there. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, and then we'll just need to clean this little bit out right here to the side. let's see if our piece will fit in there, and it does. Fits in there nicely. Okay, and then we'll just put some new screws in. I want to make sure that the deadbolt is not hitting on this wood down here. So I'm going to move the camera and close the door. And just make sure it will close. Okay, so it is hitting the wood on the bottom. So I need to take a little bit of that wood out where that hole is. So it is hitting a little bit here, so I need to take some of that out. Okay, so I've got a couple of options for saws here. I have a hacksaw and then a little like a sheetrock. So I'm going to try this one first. I don't know if that one is better to use or if the this hacksaw is better. They both look like they're doing pretty good. Now I just need to cut across the grain here, which is probably going to be the more difficult part. Take my chisel. Alright, let's see how that does now. Perfect. Okay, it locks nicely. So I will take now this, I'm going to set it in here. I just want to make sure it's going to close and latch before I put the screws in. So I'm just going to hold it in place with a piece of tape. Some painter's tape. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, that works well. So I can go ahead and just put my screws in. There we go. Just make sure it's not going to hit on that screw. Okay, put the other one in. What I'm doing is going backwards with this first, so as not to split the wood as much, because these are pretty big screws. Okay, let's try that out now. All right, that looks good. All right. Let's test it out now. 7190. Okay, so we locked it. It's good. And unlock it. Okay, there we go. Excellent. So that's installing a Schlage keypad. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press that like button and remember to subscribe to keep up to date with all of our videos, and ring that bell notification so that anytime we post a new video, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.